If you're a woman over 50 and walking 10,000 steps a day, you could be making yourself weaker. I'm going to tell you about a woman I met who was walking for 3 hours every day. She thought she was fit and in good shape, but she couldn't even get out of a low chair. I'll break down what she was doing wrong, and at the end of the story, I'm going to tell you what she should have been doing instead. I'm Ian, and I've spent a decade helping women over 50 get stronger, so you can keep doing the things you love. Last year, I got introduced to a woman that was interested in working with me. She's in her 60s and told me that she's very active. So active, in fact, that she makes sure she gets 20,000 steps a day. Like many of you, I said, wow, 20,000 steps a day. How long does that take you? Now, she's retired, so she has some time on her hands. She said she spends 3 hours a day walking, rain or shine, warm or cold, she's walking. Now on the surface, that's kind of admirable, right? Committing to 20,000 steps a day? She must be in great shape, right? Not so fast. We'll get to that. My first question was simple. Why? Why walk so much? She told me she had been active her whole life, belonging to gyms over the years. She would take group fitness classes, the kind where you would do aerobic exercises. She's now retired and has committed to walking 20,000 steps a day. She's convinced herself that this activity will keep her healthy and strong. I asked her what her main fitness goals were, and she told me that she wanted to be stronger. She wasn't feeling as strong as she used to feel. She was also thinking about her longevity and maintaining her independence. We went through a fitness assessment and she was weak. Extremely weak. She could barely push or pull any significant weight with her upper body. The door in our training studio was a challenge for her to open. But the biggest thing that stood out to me was that she couldn't stand up from her seat without using her arms. Her legs weren't strong enough to stand up out of a chair. I'm going to say this one more time. She walks 20,000 steps a day and she can't get out of a chair using only her legs. Now you might be asking yourself, what's wrong with walking? I've heard you should walk 10,000 steps a day. This is 20,000. She's doing double. She must be double as fit, right? Here's the thing about walking. It doesn't challenge your muscles enough to keep them strong. Muscle is the longevity organ. It's the independence organ. And if you don't use it, you lose it. And not everyone is thinking about getting stronger or adding muscle. They might be thinking about the ability to continue hiking or hanging out with their friends. They might be thinking about traveling and exploring. They might be focused on their family, maybe spending time with their children or grandchildren. But in order to do all these things, you need a body that's strong, capable, and resilient. Not one that's getting weaker and more fragile. To be clear, walking is endurance. It's good endurance, but it's not strength. Most women who don't strength train start losing muscle in their 30s. Very slowly at first, you wouldn't even notice it. But after 50, all that muscle loss can start to catch up to you. Now you're starting to notice it, especially after menopause. When your estrogen drops, your muscle and bone mass fall off a cliff. And no amount of walking is going to reverse that. So what happens? You've lost a little muscle. Things feel harder, so you do a little less. But because you're doing less now, you lose a little bit more muscle. Now everyday tasks are even harder. Stairs feel harder, so you avoid them. Chairs are too low, so you buy higher chairs that are easier to get in and out of. Here's another thing you may have heard before. I'm getting older now, so I want to move into an apartment or bungalow because stairs are hard and challenging. We have this tendency to make life easier as we get older in every way. Before you know it, you can't get out of a chair, you can't carry your groceries, you can't get up off the floor. Not because you're old, but because you're weak. So let me answer the obvious question. How does walking make you weak? It makes you weak the same way investing in a Ponzi scheme makes you poor. You're investing your time into something that doesn't give you the returns you were expecting. The time you spend walking, whether that's 30 minutes or 3 hours, would be better spent resistance training. The returns you will get from just 2 to 3 30-minute strength training workouts a week will pay dividends in the form of greater strength, improved quality of life, continued independence, improved balance and coordination, just to name a few. And that woman I told you about, After 3 months of training, she could stand up from a chair easily. No hands, no struggle. Doors are easier to open for her too. Most people don't have 3 hours a day to commit to any form of exercise. You want to make sure you're optimizing the time you have to get the results you're looking for. If you want to learn more about what types of workouts you should be doing, join my community on School for free today. It's full of women who've stopped relying on cardio alone and started getting actual results. The link is in the description. I'll see you there.